We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with sleep. That means something super special. Okay, bye. What? Greetings. My name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. Sample Sunday. Why are we sampling something I've had for too long? If you're wondering about the intro, apparently it is a celebratory day of William Shakespeare. And though I wanted to read the quote directly from this book, it's very hard to read. It's very tiny font, and it's, performances. So Act 3, Scene 4, character names I'm not even sure of. But there you go. You've been Shakespeare'd today. You're welcome. Oh, music. That's what I was forgetting. I didn't forget at all. I see names. That's another thing I forgot to do. I really got lost trying to find the quote. I came across it. I was like, oh, that sounds pretty good, especially for how I've been feeling, and how much I've been sleeping. It's been a little rough, but I'm okay. I'm here now, and I still want to take a nap. So nothing's changed really. I was asleep until about on and off until about 3 p.m. today. So that's where I'm at. Where are you at? You probably could use a drink. Me too. There we go. Scusi. I think the music's playing. I can't tell. So we're going to skip. There we go. We're good now. I think. Almost. The thing I forgot. There's a whole new process that I'm still not used to yet, where I have to pop out chat, which I would do anyway. And then now I have to copy this and paste it, and then we're good. But I have to find the thing to do that, which makes things so complicated. There we go. Da-da, da-da, nope. The joys of live streams, folks. It's like I do this every week. All right. Why? Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my... Don't let me touch anything today. No more touching things. Stop. I started the stream, I ended the stream, the screen was black. However, it was all for a good cause. I need to put this somewhere else. Things have moved? Or I have moved things? I don't even know. But I did all that so I can say hi to the Chambers. Thank you for popping in. Sugar Kitty says, lick to like and like to lick. It's a delicious sample, yes. 5 fingers half half. Top dog, cheers. And yes, 4-Leaf Whiskey's doing a thing. 500 subscribers already. She's gonna get 1,000 sooner than I am. Mike Franklin, good evening. No slow. You got here right when you needed to. Needed to? Sure. Hi, everybody. Slapshots Roadhouse. Cheers. Welcome. Oh god, look out. Zenbu's here. Stop touching things. Yes. Been told that more than once in my life. Whiskey Uncensored. Epic Mustache Detective. From the mountains of Pennsylvania. You're a traveling fool is what you are. Good god. I hear you're all over the place. Oh look, that's not keeping up again. Okay. So what I was going to do is I'm going to read you an entire book of Shakespeare. No, I'm not. I was just pleased to find out that this was Shakespeare Day, and I think some other weird day on the other side of the ocean, St. George or St. Bernard or St. Dane. I'm not sure. What the here's my hat. My hat should not be over here. It should be hung up over there, but it isn't. It's the chair noises. You like that? Creak, groan. Much like myself. If I moved something, if you haven't been paying attention, there was no video this past week. I have been unwell. And I just mean mentally. Physically, I'm generally fine. I even got a jab in my shoulder recently. It's supposed to move around a little better now. I forget what it's called. I can still hear it crickling a little bit, but it doesn't bother me as much right now. So that's good. Give us a sonnet. I did. They did at the start. Then, but if you want to see me give a little Shakespeare, it's right at the start. So just scroll back and watch. It's brief. I got to make it brief. And I couldn't read it out of that book because it's tiny print and hard to find anything. What was I going to do? I have two glasses in front of me. That means I was going to have whiskey before I have whiskey. I will go to my default, since I know what it tastes like. It's behind me, isn't it? Hello? Oh, wait. I can do the sensible thing. Which one's sensible? Is this it? Oh, I don't want to get that one. So, since I'm going to be having Elijah Craig, it seems safe to have some Elijah Craig. But, St. George. That's right. It was a weird, like, some name where I was like, George? St. George Day. Happy St. George Day. Whatever that is. It's important. It's a religious thing, I think. So, I don't know. Excuse me. This is a Cappy's pick, so this is like a liquor store I go to on occasion. 47% good, basic Elijah Craig pick. And I'm having some of that now because if I need something before I have... yeah, before I have this. This is a private barrel by a certain someone. Let's see if he wants to focus today. Hey, there you go. There it is. Whiskey Mentor's QS03 Irenes Hug. 66.80%. What the hell? Oh, I see names flying by. Chat is fun when it's going fast. Redbreast 12, coincidentally. I had some of that on Friday. I had it in a flask because I was out and about doing things. That's why there was no Friday stream among me not feeling great. Even after that, I was still socially exhausted. But I brought a little bit to this little gathering, shared with some people. They enjoyed it. And then Whiskey Tribe did a video about Redbreast 12 yesterday? What day is it? Yesterday, Saturday. That was funny. It is German Beer Day. I saw Ken's thing this morning when I was half conscious. I checked in. He was playing some weird song. And that was it. I was like, oh, he's doing that. And back to sleep. That was donezo. Z-Man. Cheers. And Andrew Butler. Talking about St. George Day. That's what I said. I said something. Hanging Isaiah, see you. English patron saint. Patron saint. Oh, did it stop already? Well, it still counts. There we go. St. George was a soldier of Greek origin who refused to give up his Christian faith. I think he could fly as well. Well, why not? See, that's why I don't... religious holidays in general, I want to stay away from it. That's me personally. And I think I celebrated them enough in general. Like Christmas and Easter, I did that for most of my young adult life. So I get to stop doing that now. Those are the rules, right? That's why I did Shakespeare. I can deal with Shakespeare. Give me Shakespeare. What was the other one I could have done? I don't know. Could have done. Was it Last Poor Yorick? I knew him well. That one. It's pretty popular. That's the easy one. But I liked. I came across that Tempest one, and I was like, oh yeah. I'm so tired. Dreams, sleep, all works. Richie Z Cheers, hello, welcome. I'm just tippling on some... Tippling, that's a word, right? Some Elijah Craig. I don't even remember if I like this one. Like I said, store pick. Hey man, we can fly. All of us can fly. If we want to. For the most part, we don't. But we can. Alright, sippy sip. I don't dislike it. It's not a favorite though. I'm gonna have to do one of those streams at some point where I have a bunch of Elijah Craig's again, since I have about, like you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a big one in the back. I have at least 1 or 2 behind me. Barrel picks I haven't bothered to finish because I don't want them to go away. What's it? C920 was a popular one. I still have that. I am nursing that one. But this one, this is another problem. I have so many Elijah Craig things. This one is one I've had for a year now, at least. Something like that. This is Irene Tan's pick, who is actually in Texas right now. So if you're in Texas and you want to say hi to Irene Tan, she's there now. Right now. I don't know, I think she's doing Psalm level 4, or she's helping with something. I cannot remember. Save my life. Yes, the last poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio. I did look up that Tempest thing, and that's why I wanted to look it up in the book, but I couldn't find the exact section because it's really hard to read. This one apparently is 10 years old. That's right there. 66.80%, which is why I'm having a whiskey before I have some whiskey. I'm not going to have the first pour of the night be 66.80%. Thank you. No. I will have a little bit of something first. Hi. Be careful, Whiskey Uncensored. I don't like driving and doing anything else. Listening to music is about all I can do. Sugar Kitty and Ben are going to meet up. Last poor yuck, I knew him, Horatio. And it always feels a little weird, but remember, April's National Alcohol Awareness Month. Got another week of that, give or take. Where's my watch? Oh. Ben, I don't think anything out there is open on Sundays. That's what I always assume. Ridiculous as that sounds. Hell, I can remember in Rhode Island when they didn't have liquor stores open on Sundays. That was so weird. And now they're open, but they're not as open as long. Still weird. I was looking at my phone for a reason. I don't remember what it was, though. Checks out. Oh, and I need input on the lighting. Does it look okay, or does it look like crap? Because I could improve it somehow. Just don't really know how yet. Currently I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different light sources. Just trying it out. Don't know if it's a good idea. Looks okay. Could use some tweaking. And I was doing that for a good 40 minutes before the stream started. Because I only think to do it right before the stream starts. Checks out. And I know what I need to do. I need to get glasses with non-reflective lenses. But since I can't buy them, I won't. Or I have to find some kind of roundabout BS, because I'm allowed 1 pair of glasses every 2 years for free. And that's it. But if I had 2 different pairs of glasses, well, if whiskey be the food of chug, pour on. I'm trying to figure out why I don't really like this Elijah Craig pick. There's something in the middle. Feel the burn. Mustache wars. I'm not going to do a war over mustaches. It's a matter of him letting me know. I am the one who is just like, here I am. If you want to be on the stream at some point, let me know. So no, to answer that question, I haven't. Someday. I don't know what his schedule's like. So my schedule's pretty much the same. Except what I feel like I do this week, which again wasn't great. We'll go into more detail about my feelings next month. Don't worry. Tune in. My cousin's from Boston. Oh no, look out. Now we got a hanging AZ cousin in the area. Stash wars. We could talk about how difficult it is to maintain a handlebar mustache. Would that be exciting for all of you? I would love to do that, because I'd find it hilarious. And it's really difficult, for the record. I have to deal with this thing for like 10 minutes, just being like, oh God, stay where I want you to. I forget why I was looking at my phone. There was a reason, but I don't know what it is. Drink whiskey and have fun. That's what I try to do. Or at least drink whiskey. I've been in that mode lately where it happened with, I think it started with the Whiskey Somm level 2 completion. And I almost guarantee I said something like this last year when I completed number 1. Is that I finished it and I should feel something. And I don't. I'm like, good. I did it. Okay. There's no like, yeah. It's all just flat. And it makes you feel, bleh. Not feel great. Because you don't feel much. So all I want to do is sleep right now. I did enough of that today. Oh my God. I want to go listen to Mozart. I'd probably fall asleep. Not to like insult any kind of musical performance, but I would go in there and I'd listen to it so close that I drift off. I mean, Ben, you could just break the speed of light and you'd be good. Or the speed of sound. I think we can do that. So do that first, then try the speed of light. Well, yeah, but unfortunately, I know about that stuff from watching YouTube videos about it. Blah. 10 on the bike, upper body. I am worried about my shoulder right now for tomorrow. Because I'm going to exercise tomorrow. And I haven't done any, like, up or chest or anything. Even just doing that. I'm just like, are you okay? Is this still working? Hello? It is. I shouldn't do that either. Again, I don't know what a do and do not exactly is right now with the shoulder, because it's like, we're going to inject you with this thing. Have fun. That's it. I do snore a little, but that's if I'm lying on my back, which I'm a back sleeper, so. Sitting up, I don't know. Ow. Why is this burny to me? That's great. 47% is making me go, bleh. The 66.80 one will be fine. Remember, I can click on comments. Jesus. Ah. So now I'm afraid the music's too loud. So the actual thing I'm supposed to be doing tonight, which I should have started 10 minutes ago. Again, I showed you the bottle, so I got that far, and then I got distracted because I'm drinking whiskey. But I do have my Whiskey Mentors Glencairn. Don't think you're going to be able to read that, but it's there. Now this thing hates me. Oh wait, there you go, Whiskey Mentors. Hey! I don't know how that worked, but it did. I'm using the mini Glen. She uses mini Glens all the time, because she has tastings. And I feel for tastings, these are just like actual like going around doing tastings thing. These are more convenient than trying to lug a bunch of these around, which are twice as big. I will be enjoying that, and momentarily. I mean, maybe. All right. Yum. I mean, again, I don't know what it is I don't like about that. that specific Elijah Craig pick. But there's a reason it's just been sitting there at half empty for a while. Maybe I'll use it in cocktails. Maybe an old-fashioned. Something like that. Because I do have, believe it or not, I have a lot of bottles of whiskey that I don't particularly enjoy. There's plenty I do, but there's also a bunch that I've opened and then not opened again. Oh my gosh. So good, Richie Z. Oh, you know what? Ooh. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Oh, there you go. Spade dram glasses. What do those look like? Whiskey with no E. How dare you? The story here. First of all, I have 2 of these. Again, I need to open at least one. I got this a year ago. This is one of the, at least one of the, I think. Yeah, see, her labeling confuses me. QS03. So I think there's a QS01 and 2. But I don't know if there's officially 2 others of these I just never heard about. Anyway, this is QS03 from last year. I didn't open it. I'm not going to do a video about it because it is... This is the one where it was gone. Like, she announced that she did the barrel pick of Elijah Craig, barrel proof, and then the next day, within less than 12 hours, all of them were not bought and paid for, but, you know, at the very least asked to hold. Like that kind of situation where it's just, they're gone. So I would believe by now, most of these are empty and long gone. If you are a collector, maybe that's not the case. I'm not a collector. That's why I'm opening this. So, mazel tov. Lovely. Let's pour a little bit. Okay, that's good. I may or may not have more later. I don't know. I have thoughts in my mind right now. And I might just do this by myself in private. But this guy back here has been making me sad for a while. Where are you? There you are. Richie Z, this is your fault. That looks like so much, though. It's not enough for me to just pour it in a glass right now. But this is my absolute favorite Four Roses single barrel. Private select from the distillery, picked by Brent Elliott. OESV. I don't want to finish it, but it needs to go. I'll have another someday, if I'm lucky. Maybe not from the distillery, since it's all the way over there. But I'll figure it out. Oops, stuff's happening. Easy if you Google, but basically they are like small gun cans without the foot, but with a thick base. I think I know what you mean. I've seen a bunch of different styles of glassware. I know even a bunch of bourbon folk use a specific kind of glass. For whatever reason. Oh, Richie Z, thank you. Yes, if you have not joined my Patreon, you should do it. I do lenses about stuff and life and whiskey, mostly. I haven't done any in the past 24-ish hours or more because I've been just not really functional. That's the nicest way I can put it. And yes, all Four Roses single barrels are delicious. I have yet to have one I don't like, so there's that. But these freaking, you can't, I almost wish I didn't know, but I knew before. I got a sample of something like this, and then I found this bottle and took it home and opened it, and half of it was gone within a month. You know, I don't do that very often with bottles, but this one is. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be very sad when it's gone, but it needs to go. It needs to go. I need to finish. I need to move on. I need to find that next sweet, sweet Four Roses single barrel bottle. Oh. But as you can tell here, let's not think about Four Roses. We're thinking about this. There's the color. It doesn't look like perfect. Hold on. I got a clicky click. That is a ideal bourbon color, right? You can't argue that. Again, 10 years. At least with bourbon, and I don't mean to bash on Scotch or Irish, but at least with bourbon, I know they can't change the color. It's not allowed legally. They can't do it. So this is what 10 years does to an Elijah Craig barrel proof in Kentucky. With that, let's move to the nose. I'm going to cleanse my palate real quick. Then I'll do the nose. God, I'm going to do it in order. Habda. I'm fancy, by the way. Not sponsored. Maybe y'all sponsor me. Wouldn't that be weird? I always project these like ridiculous things sometimes where it's like, Avon Water, sponsor my channel. And then the thought of that actually happening, I'd be like, it's so weird. I would do it just because I like their water, which again is a weird statement to have in one's life. What's your favorite water brand? Oh, Avon. Why? I don't know. I really don't. It tastes like not much. And it's cold. I know other people drink this water. It's mineral water. So, I'm sorry, natural spring water. So people do get something out of it occasionally. I don't. Carbon neutral. Again, there's a lot of weird stuff on it too. Let's not talk about water, Brian. Sure. Moving on. Back to the nose. Oh my gosh. It does. I noticed that. It's like dark caramel, brown sugar, right there. Whoa. Volvic myself. And Butler, I don't know what that is. Not curious though. This is dense. Like I smell this, it's almost heavy. Oh my god, I'm thinking of you know, like chocolate chip cookies, except they're chocolate chunk cookies. Giant chunks of like dark chocolate and milk chocolate. I bet this one's gonna hurt. That's the only thing that's going on in the back of my mind. It's like, gosh, this proof is really high. You know that, Brian? Stop thinking about how good it is. Ooh. Like H, cheers. Welcome to his show. This is what happens when I'm just recording videos, by the way. Just me sitting here doing nothing for an extended period of time. I feel like bourbon is adult candy. And I mean, well, no, adult, not candy, adult baked goods. Oftentimes, I equate many bourbons to baked goods. And this one's doing chocolate chunk cookies, brown sugars, vanilla. There's something weird about the vanilla. Not in a bad way, just I'm trying to figure out a descriptor. Okay. It's making me think of vanilla, except the candles smell vanilla. So it's not quite what you think. It doesn't smell bad. Maybe it's waxy. That'd be fun. What is surprising to me is the fact that the proof just on the nose hasn't just like done that. I expected that, but I also just left it sitting there for a moment. It smells delicious, okay? That's the most important part about smelling whiskey. Does it smell good? Okay, good. Drink it. I got a couple weird ones in there, though. Those are the ones like, should I say that one? I got cardboard. Or, these are some weird notes today. What is that? It's like corkboard? Is that a thing where you take like pins and you put it in and like a piece of paper and stick it there? I smell that for some reason. Don't worry, it's as strange to hear and say as you'd think. Alright, I am getting to the point where it's hard for me to stop. I have to... so we're going to have a drink. Please, let me know what's in your glass if you haven't already. I know a few of you did. I appreciate that, because I don't like to drink alone. Although I do it a lot. So, cheers everyone. Let's see what happens here. Tiny, tiny, tiny sip. Just to get it into my system, because this is going to sting. Again, 66.80% if you're just showing up. And please remember, since I forgot, until this moment... Yay. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers, believe it or not. That was barely even a sip, because I'm scared of this. I'm waiting for the so-called hug, or the burn. I may need another sip, because again, that felt like a splash, like a couple drops. And bleh. But it was on my tongue, I can tell. This time. Oh, that is dense. It's doing that numbing thing. Almost. It's high proof, but it's not enough to feel like it kick in the face. The brown sugar show up. The caramel shows up. But in a darker form? Yeah, that makes sense. There are varying degrees of caramel. I know that. So we're talking a very dark caramel. Maybe they use brown sugar to make it. I forget how caramel's made. I'm pretty sure it's just sugar and some other stuff. Initial taste is good, so that's nice. And it's also nice that it doesn't drink immediately like the proof. I'm not getting a super burn, but we did prep with some Elijah Craig first, just in case. All right. This is the part I'm really scared of, is that I'm going to take this, hold in my palate for a moment, and then try to tell you what happened to me. It's still scary. Whew. I felt that retro-nasal. I went to like the back of my nose. I was like, oh, that was fun. Ah. Yeah, it's a tingly numbingness on my tongue with hints of chocolate and caramel. It's starting to get a little dry now. Only a little. The texture is nice, but it's the proof is what's showing up first. The texture feels good for a moment, and that's like, by the way, this is high proof, and your tongue just goes, oh, hi, hello. Prickle, 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 tingle, tingle. It's a very specific Psalm tasting note there, so jot that one down. I lost the chat. Hold on. I touched something. I didn't like it. There you go. Why would anyone want to do that? My main thing here is I talk about a whiskey whether I like it or not. And I'm always worried with higher proof stuff. With Iron Tan's picks, I'm usually not that worried. There hasn't been one that I just, there's none of them where I'm like, oh, God, no. Especially with this. This one, again, was annihilated as far as people buying it initially. Like, again, like that going. It's just when you start getting close to 70%, I get nervous, you know. I know it can combust. One made by Quartet based in... I don't know. Sure. But I am thinking of some kind of corkboard on the nose. What is the age of the private barrel? I'll pour some ECPB barrel 9 year from Idaho by Women Whiskey. Oh, nice. Now this one's 10. You can barely tell, again, on the sticker here. Especially with my camera being the way it is. But there it is. 10 years old. And again, 66.80%. Alright, this is another one I have that's 10 years old. Canyon Fire. But, as I said, surprisingly, the proof is not the thing that is going to knock me over. It's there, but it's not so bad that it's painful. We don't want that. A lot of times with higher proof stuff, even just 60%, even at 60%, I will have to add water because it's just too much. That is not so much the case here. However, I may add some drops of water just to get it to a more comfortable palate for me. Because as I said, the proof kicks in real fast. The usual suspects. Okay. I don't know when the last time. Have I seen that? I feel like I have. I just don't know when. Cinnamon, spice, sugar, brown sugar, I should say, vanilla. Oh, I got a touch of that brownie note I really like. I love freaking brownies. Yeah, not yet. I have many different sweet weaknesses. I think I get this from my mother. She has a sweet tooth. It's like brownies, like good brownies, not like, you know, I made it from a box. Brownies and creme brulee are two of my weaknesses. Certain ice creams. Americone Dream is pretty good. That's Ben & Jerry's. And thankfully, I grew up in this area, New England, and I've actually been to the Ben & Jerry's factory, which is silly, but it's so good. I was exposed to Ben & Jerry's as a young lad. That's why my palate has developed so well. That'd be hilarious if I actually thought that. I don't. Yeah, I'm going to add a couple drops of water. Just to see. It's right on as far as the palate, and for an Elijah Craig, I wouldn't know this is Elijah Craig. Someone would be like, here, try this. Like, wow, delicious. But that's not happening. That's my point, is I'm not getting that, oh gosh, whew, the proof. I am aware of the proof, but it is not so overpowering that it is unpleasant. That's what I always worry about with some whiskeys, especially when I'm introducing people to higher proofs. That's the hardest part in my head. When people are not accustomed to the alcohol burn, and you are not going to get them through that in one tasting. You might not even get them through the first part, like 40%. They might not be able to deal with it because it's too hot. You never know. It's very pleasant. I mean, and it has phases. Like right now, it's getting to that ouchy phase. And dry. It gets prickly or spicy and dry about halfway through. Oh, freaking I love brownies. It's been too long. I haven't had a brownie in a while. Put that on the to-do list. One real problem I've realized is I haven't been to a certain cafe in a bit. But also, I don't have the money to do... I don't want to say that. But I have... It's expensive. There we go. Going to this cafe for just a muffin and a coffee, or a latte in my case. And every time I think about doing it, it's Sunday, and they're not open on Monday. So why? Why bother? Go on Tuesday. Today's been a very rainy and New Englandy spring day. I didn't go outside at all, for the record, but... I heard it raining last night, and I heard it raining most of today, so it's a bit of a humdrum day. I didn't miss much. Although I do like taking walks in the rain. I think Shakespeare would have liked taking walks in the rain. I don't know why. I can see it. This little neck thing he's so fond of. Oh my gosh. Alright. I'm going to add 1 drop of water and then a 2nd drop of water if I can find my water dropper. If I were you, if I were me, which I am thankfully, where would I put it? Well, I'd put it near me, within arm's reach, give or take. Should have been in visual line of sight, but that's not happening apparently. Oh, yes it is. It's behind something else. Don't do that. I don't know how much water I'd have to add to get this even to 60. I assume not that much, but I'm gonna just do this offside here. I have the thing. I'm promise I'm putting the water in. I'm not lying to you. There we go. Just 1 drop is harder than it looked. Plus the ratio is weird. Like I can think of myself doing 1 drop of water in a bigger glass, but 1 drop in this one is much more than 1 drop as far as the amount. Do I know what I'm talking about? No. Huh. I always call bullshit, or I feel like I should be calling, BS on the fact that 1 drop of water can change as whiskey, but it can, especially at higher proof. It made it smell sweeter. If that even is possible. Have a sip. I imagine it's going to be still very much the same painlessness. You know what, chat thing? You're supposed to be on live, not top. Stop messing with me. Seriously, just 1 drop of water? It mellowed it out on the first initial taste. And that prickliness was coming on, but much lighter. Serious, dude. 1 drop of water? I don't believe that myself, and it just happened. It's solid. I mean, if you like bourbons, I wonder how this could be on ice. That's right, it's on ice. I can see this on the rocks real nice. Again, that would definitely water it down, but I can see it just still being good. And it's something I haven't decided if I like yet, because we're getting into that summer cocktails kind of time of year for me in the New England area. And I don't like drinking, straight whiskey as much during the warmer months. But if I put it on ice, I did it last night. I had a, what did I have? I had something. What is it like? No, that's right. I had some Still Austin cast strength, which is almost 60%. And I had that on ice. Lots of ice. And it was delightful. If you're in Texas and you want something high proof, so you get that little kick, pour yourself some Still Austin cast strength in a bunch of ice, or a couple of big giant ice cubes. I actually have the ice cubes I used. They had been in my freezer too long. I don't know if you guys have this problem, but if you don't touch your ice for a while, it just starts to vanish, go into the void, until you have little skeleton-like ice cubes. So that happened to me, but I just used all of them, and that worked. Are oaky, but it's sweet oak, never bitter. Yeah. Even the dry note at the end of this isn't intense. It's not like, this got dry. It's just enough to make you want another sip. I think a lot of bourbons look for that, or at least it would make sense for them to do that, where there's delicious sweetness, and then at the end, I already lost my train of thought. At the end, it gets dry. So it dries out your tongue just enough for you to want another sip. Auto defrost feature in freezers. Yes, I'm sure mine has one. I don't know where or how. It's in the back. Maybe I can fiddle with that so it doesn't do that as often. But again, I don't touch ice for months. So I can understand that happening. I'm not one to have any kind of consistency on what I'm doing, so that's why. And there's the out of sight, out of mind bit. If you have problems like mine, you know what I mean. That's why I do things like keep my water dropper within line of sight and within arm's reach, and then forget where I put it. Let's put you right there for now. I think just one drop of water does this justice for now. I don't know how it's possible. It's wild. It doesn't drink as the proof, which is dangerous. For the record, you pour yourself a couple ounces of this, you're like, oh, this is great. Drink those 2 ounces within an hour. It's like, oh, I have another. That second hour is going to be a little different than the first. Yeah, this is stuff's good. I'll have another. 4 ounces of this in 2 hours, you are not going to be okay. But again, there's variance there. And we're talking about April being alcohol awareness. So be careful with stuff like this, he said to himself, knowing he hasn't eaten anything within the past 4 hours. What was that? Believe it or not, I do have my own voiceover for my life. It's only amusing to me, but thankfully I'm the only one who's there. At least I think so. My Sugar Kitty, look at my auto defrost. As far as the rest of the week, month, what day is it? What year is it? Who are you? Who are you? Sorry. Oh, I didn't need to see that. Yep, within the next week, with a week from today, it'll be my mother's birthday. You didn't see where I was going with that. Next Sunday is actually Mama KillCo's birthday. So we'll figure out what's going on with that. Maybe she'll want to be on the stream. I don't know. I haven't talked to her about it. And then the bad part there is her birthday's on the 30th, which means we'll be into May. Not this Monday, but next Monday. Oh my God. And May, of course, has its own special monthly-ish thing. Four-leaf, look out. Four-leaf, I heard you say something about something. And I'm not saying you should help me get more subscribers, but I thought I heard something, and tell me if I'm wrong. But I do have a box behind me, right there. I believe that's a Glendula 17. Glendula? I forgot how to say it. I know it is. Ah! Zenbeat, sorry. Oh, that was Nightbot. Never mind. I thought Nightbot deleted something. I can't read. But I could share that with you, but I can't open it for a while. Message me later. I can tell you why I cannot open that bottle yet. I've had it for a while. But congratulations on 500 subs, for one thing. And happy birthday. You and Mama KillCo share a month of birthdayness, but probably a very big difference. Papa KillCo is doing okay. I saw him yesterday, briefly. He's up and about. He's getting his hair back. What? Is that what I heard? That's sad. That makes me sad in my soul. But if you want another one, I can send it, but I can't send it until I hit 1,000 subscribers, because that is my 1,000 subscribers bottle that was donated to the channel, and it says right on it, you can't open it. You definitely cannot open it until 1,000. I don't know, Top Dog. Oh, because you, it gets really picky about emote things. Not emotes, but, whatever you want to call it. Shush. 10-0, thanks. So you used 4 leafs and 2 tumblers, and it got mad at you. So don't worry about it. Someday I'll look into that. Not today. Oh, I can look. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nightbot doesn't like spamming emotes. I don't know how to control that thing. It's an AI. I can't. Forley, I'm so sad. Just let me know. But I'm like, well, I could be, and then I'd immediately have to start my stream right after. It's doable. I'm kind of wild. It's a thought. You let me know. Forley, I would happily pop in for a visit, but everyone else has a very different schedule than mine. And mine is fairly tame, except it's also a mess. I can prove that by the past couple of days. And as I said earlier, I'm waiting for my shoulder to get in the okay. It already feels better than it did. And if you don't follow me on Instagram or anything, I got a cortisone shot through the back, through here somewhere. Just shink. Felt real weird. Being injected with things, not fun, not pleasant. But it's supposed to help my shoulder. Cross the streams, Jess. I'm trying to think what kind of Irish whiskeys to deal with, though, because you have a lot. I have some. I do have ones from Irenes. I don't remember if you got any of those. I don't know. As I said, if you are in Texas, Irenes is down there right now. I don't know how I don't know for how long. But now you know. Yes. I know, right? Sunday Collab Street, yeah. Well, it wasn't in the back. It was aimed toward my shoulder, so it's actually for my shoulder. But it was an odd sensation. I think I still have a little bit of a bruise thing. I didn't like the idea of, the very visceral thought. Visceral? In my mind, I could picture one of those, like, side swipey things if you're watching a medical thing, so you can, like, see the inside of the person, and you see the needle go in, and the injection go in. That's what was in my mind while it was happening. Didn't like it. It wasn't horrible. It was just unpleasant. And now I feel like I have to be a little more careful with my shoulder for now. But it doesn't bother me as much right now. The only thing that bothers me about it is I don't want to do anything to make it get weird by accident. Like, it's starting to feel a little better. Don't mess it up. I'm going to on Monday. I know he told me not to exercise much, but I exercised the same day. But I didn't use this shoulder, so I was very careful. But I'm looking forward to exercising again. I'm testing things. I'm at that age, folks. I don't feel like I am, but I am. Where things are just going to start falling apart, and I don't know what they are. Yeah. It doesn't bother me as much right now. It still clicks and clacks a little bit when I move it around, but we're good. Welcome to Old Man Brian's channel. Hello, I'm still here. It's been 70 years. No, that would be way too long. It's been 40 years. There we go. I'll be amazed if I make it to 40 more years now. I'd be 82. Yeah, right. My parents aren't even that old. Oh, yeah. Before they email me, I will forget. Not to sound like an ass, but I will forget completely once the stream ends. I don't know why that happens, but it's like I'm doing the stream and I'm streaming, and then after the stream's over, everything goes away. I don't remember what I did at all. It's like a dream. Dream within a dream. But now I'm just trying to think about Irish whiskeys I've tried that you don't have, and that's very few, I think. We'll figure something out. I do have a fondness for Irish whiskey. I love it. I was very pleased with all the videos I did last month. Unfortunately, with me, I was like, I'm going to do that same thing this month. Videos every week. And my brain and body were like, ha ha ha. No. No, you're not. Mr. Jigs, hello. Cheers. Welcome. And before I forget again, if you're just showing up, please remember to do the thing. Appease the algorithm overlords for me. Thank you very much. That way we can get to the 1,000 subscribers and I can open that Glendale 17 at long last. Yay. That'd be nice. Looking forward to it. Well, bottom line, I'm very happy to get this. I feel like I can do so much with this bottle. I don't know what other than like a real neat pour, but on the rocks, maybe in a cocktail that just old-fashioned. I think this would be a solid old-fashioned. Like anything else that goes in there is not going to compare. Like the bitters, any kind of orange citrus stuff is just going to accent things slightly. Is good. I would like to ask Irene Tan about it, but she has a new one coming out. The other reason why I decided to open this one at long last is because there's another one. I can't keep up, if you haven't noticed. And I will hopefully be doing more things like this for live streams, where I have at least a main topic, that being the Irish whiskey. Wait, guess what we're talking about? The Elijah Craig special barrel from Irene Tan, which you can't get. They're gone. So doing a video about it would feel a little silly. But I did want to talk about it a little bit and say how good it is, because of course it's good. Big surprise. She does have another one. I do have other bottles of hers in there that are going to be open probably for live streams, because as I said, by the time I get around to making a video about them, they will all be gone completely. And I want to give them I want to give myself the record. Again, the reason I had this channel and started doing it was to record my experiences with whiskey as it happens in real time for myself initially. So I do want to actually make the content, but I don't want to make it with the expectation of people watching it, since it's something that's so niche, you know. Irene Tan's store in Connecticut is really good, and many Whiskey Tube people know that. But many people who aren't Whiskey Tube people don't really know that. They're not trying to find that bottle. They don't know it existed at all. What I will be trying to do, and the reason I brought this up, coincidentally, is I hope to do a video for this one soon. This is the A123. I can guarantee you by the time... I hope to get this done real soon, I promise. I hope to. But I can't bargain with myself sometimes. I want to do that before it becomes obsolete, because suddenly the next one will come out, and that's all the videos you'll see. It's wild. Jim Basie, cheers. Whoa. Woo. I forgot. I shouldn't have done that. Every time I say that, I feel like Hagrid. I should not have said that. I have to pour a little more, because I just drank the little bit that was left in there, and I have to do a toast out of the channel. Yes, complete mistake by me, having to pour more of this now. How silly of me. I'm going to add 2 drops of water just to be crazy. Oops. I'm still not used to doing the click on chat thing. I don't know why. 1, 2, there we go. 2 drops of water. Go there, where I can see you. So there we go. Yeah. All right. Coming up at the end of the stream, It's Bourbon Night is going live next. I know a lot of people are doing streams tonight, but that's the one I'm going to look at. I don't know how well, if I'm going to stay there for long, because blip. Yes, this is what makes me sad. This is why I need to hit 1,000 subscribers. Because I want to open that. And I can share it with people. Until then, I'm bound by law. And the box itself saying open at 1,000 subscribers. So, I'm working on it. Four Leaf, I'm working on it. I promise. Someday. Mike Fenton, cheers! I will be popping into It's Bourbon Night briefly to say hello. But I am low energy, believe it or not. And I can't focus. And I want to try to get some other stuff done tonight. because I'm not going to do it tomorrow. I'm telling myself I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. And I know that. But hopefully I'll see you hopefully I will see you at the It's Bourbon Night stream. If not, I'll see you soon. But as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you. That's what I was supposed to say at the end. Out there. Whee! Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.